What is up, geeks? So today I have a very special Justice League movie review, and this is the Multiverse Flash, the Ezra Miller version from the Justice League movie coming up this month. I actually have all the other characters except for Cyborg. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to get Cyborg. I'll wait till the movie comes out and see if I like the way he portrays the character, but I was never really a huge fan of Cyborg. I do have Aquaman, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. And I'll give you guys a little comparison with all the other figures later. But for now, I just want to show you guys the box, and then we'll unbox him and review this cool looking Flash movie figure. I really do like the design for the costume. I like how it's kind of like Injustice style. Looks more like armor compared to like the Flash TV show, which is more of the comic book style. Which, I mean, you know, all the iterations have been really cool so far. We have here in this wave, which is really weird that they have it by number, but we have Superman, Batman, Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg, and Wonder Woman, and then they all connect to make Steppenwolf the main antagonist for this movie. The figures that I have are actually from different movies. So the Superman I have is from Man of Steel. The Batman I have is from BVS. Aquaman also from BVS, and then Wonder Woman, I think, from BVS as well, not from the Wonder Woman movie. But we'll do a little comparison later. So anyway, that's it for the box. I really do like the Justice League logo here with all their different icons. I think that looks really cool. So anyway, let's unbox this and get a closer look at Flash. Alright guys, so we have Flash out of the packaging, and first impression is I really do like the way it looks. The paint apps on it look spot on like the movie. The sculpt work is magnificent, but I'm not a fan of the articulation, and we'll get into that in just a second. I'll take a look first at the Steppenwolf leg piece, but also I'm not a fan either of their lack of hand gestures, or at least hand choices for the Flash. I mean, they should have definitely come with alternate hands. You know, the typical like Flash, like open palm, looking like karate chop, but it looks really good for running poses, but they don't have that here. But I mean, that's just a minor gripe. I will say that they could have done better, but it's not terrible. So first, let's take a look at this Steppenwolf leg piece. I like the paint apps as well. I like how there's like a bit of a shine there. It's like a gunmetal gray, a bit of a blue tint to it. As far as articulation, we have one single leg joint here. And it looks like this is probably a thigh cut, so you could probably rotate it 360. There's no shin cut there. And the foot articulation is kind of basic. I don't think there's there's no ankle rock or anything. It's just up and down movement, and it doesn't really go back that far. Probably because it has to support a heavy figure. I'm guessing it's a pretty big, heavy figure. If you compare it to the Flash, definitely larger than the Flash, which is good. So anyway, let's take a look at the Flash a little bit closer. And here we go. I really do like the helmet. You know, that goes mostly for the design. It's not really a credit to the people doing the action figure. It does, I mean, it really does translate well to action figure form. I do notice a little bit of a speck there. I don't know if you see that. That's definitely not how it looks in the movie. It looks like he has a birthmark there, but doesn't seem like I can get that out. So that's a bit of a gripe, but that is definitely just my figure. I'm pretty sure not all the figures have that. So anyway, the eyes look really good. I think they did well there. Very clean paint work. Like I said before, I think the sculpt work is pretty magnificent here. What I love is all these grays here, or should I say silver, especially here for the chest plate, and then throughout the figure, the silver string looking things. It looks really good, or the silver wires. I'm guessing as far as function, it probably has to do with the electricity that he generates when he's moving so fast. I'm pretty sure it's some kind of conductor or some way that prevents him from being electrically shocked or something. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a function towards that. Otherwise, it's just to look cool and it looks really nice. I do like the black underneath all of the armor. And of course the red plates look really good. It just looks like it looks like a really well-made figure, almost like Mayfex style. It looks like the articulation should be just on par with the sculpt work, but unfortunately the articulation is a little bit lacking. So we'll get into that right now. I'm just trying to cover all my bases here. As you can see, it looks really great as far as paint work and sculpt work. It looks really good, especially here in the back of the neck. Look at that, it looks really good. But anyway, the main thing here is the articulation. So we have left and right movement, barely any up, barely any down. As far as the arms, it does go out pretty well, I will say that. We do have a bicep swivel. We have a single joint in the arm that doesn't even go 90 degrees, but it does hinge a little bit, so that's not bad. We have a wrist cut. It doesn't have any in and out movement. We do have a nice ab crunch, but again, it doesn't really crunch forward. It mostly goes back a little bit. So again, you know, for a running stance, that doesn't really help that much. We do have a wrist cut, not a wrist cut, a waist cut, which is good. Now, like all DC figures, somehow, some way, they all do splits really well. So this one's, you know, not any different from that, which is good. He definitely wants the flexibility for the Flash. We have a upper thigh cut. And then here, thankfully, he does have a double knee joint, which is probably the best out of all the attractions for his articulation. But here, when we go to the ankles, which is really important for Flash poses, we have just up and down movement and barely any ankle rocker. I don't even know if there's supposed to be an ankle rocker there or it's a little bit loose, but it doesn't really move that well. So that does not help at all for any running poses. I will try to get him into as many poses as I can for the end of the video. But yeah, guys, like that, the articulation is a bit lacking for this. So I'm not really a fan of that, but as far as the look of the figure itself, it is really good. So you can take that for what it is. Then my next part will be comparing it to the other Justice League figures. And then, of course, at the end of the video, stay tuned for some pictures of me posing the Flash and the other Justice League members. Alright guys, so we have Flash posed with the other Justice League members. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Batman are all from the BVS line, and then I have the Man of Steel Superman there, which I think is definitely by far the best Superman movie figure they came out with. I think the Wonder Woman one might be a little bit less. I'd say they're almost on par with each other. I'd say maybe the Wonder Woman movie figure is a little bit better than that one. I think definitely the new Justice League Batman figure, even though it's a different design, is better than the BVS one. As well as the maybe on par with the same as far as the Aquaman one. It's another look as well. I mean, he has the armor for the Justice League movie figure, so you can take that for what it is too. But I'm more of a fan of this design, but I think maybe the sculpt work and as far as his facial features go, the Justice League movie figure might be a little bit better. But I think all of these are pretty much in scale with each other. I want to say Flash is maybe a little bit too tall. I think he should be a little bit shorter than Batman for sure. Batman is definitely the tallest he's supposed to be. Jason Momoa looks a little bit too tall, I think. So I think they needed to, you know, shrink him down a little bit more. So, I mean, they're relatively in scale with each other. Not perfect, of course. I mean, as long as Flash is the shortest, as long as Batman is like taller than Wonder Woman, I think everything seems to be pretty much in scale. And it looks great together. I think as far as the looks, it looks really well together. I'll definitely pose these figures together at the end of the video, which is coming up next. But I thank you guys for watching. I hope you like this review, and I hope you give me some comments and questions regarding the movie and what you think is going to happen in the movie. Thankfully, they've been showing us, not too much stuff like they did for BVS. I'm very excited, especially coming off Wonder Woman, which is a really great movie. I'm hoping the best for this Justice League movie, guys. So what do you guys think? Again, thank you for watching. Please share this video and comment below. And until next time, embrace, express, and enjoy yourself. May the Force be with you always, my young Padawan.